Welcome back into the Film Room. I'm your host, Eric Turner, and in today's Cover 1 Film Room feature, we are going to break down Josh Allen's convincing performance against the Kansas City Chiefs. Allen finished the day 27 of 40 for 262 yards and 1 touchdown. He went toe-to-toe with not only Patrick Mahomes, but Chiefs defensive coordinator Steve Spagnuolo. Allen and offensive coordinator Joe Brady appeared to be consistently a step ahead of the Chiefs defense. When they pressured Allen, Allen showed poise and got to his answers. When he hit a dead end on a play, Allen checked it down or used his legs as a check down. Allen seemed to almost always make the correct choice, whether under duress or not. This allowed the Bills to control the clock and the tempo of the game. The Bills were able to do that while also racking up explosives on offense, leading to points, which in turn kept Mahomes off the field, limiting his drives and big plays. So without further ado, let's dive into Josh Allen's MVP-like performance against one of the best defenses in the league. On the first third down of the game, a 3rd and 6 situation, the Bills get one of their 6 explosive plays. This is a 30-yard pass and catch from Allen to Cooper. And this really shows you why the Bills went out and got Cooper. A guy that can win outside the numbers, a guy that can win one-on-ones into the boundary, especially in these high-leverage situations. Prior to the snap, the running back Ty Johnson shifts, and Nick Bolton, the linebacker for the Chiefs, doesn't go with him, but you'll see the Chiefs drop down Jaden Hicks, their safety. With Bolton walking up to the line of scrimmage, the Bills essentially turned this into a man blocking protection, so 5-on-5 with David Edwards taking Bolton. And that's important because Bolton is the spy on this 3rd down play. Allen then motions Shakir, and that uncovers that the Chiefs are in man coverage, but more importantly, single high man coverage with a spy. Post-snap, Shakir and Knox are running in-breaking routes, but the middle of the field is congested, and Allen wants to attack down the field vertically to Cooper. Cooper uses a hezzy release to win outside leverage, but the defensive back Najee Johnson does a great job of staying in phase. While there isn't much separation, Cooper held the red line very well to give Allen some space to work with, and as the ball dropped in, he pushed off ever so slightly, but also displayed late hands as to not cue Johnson that the ball was dropping in. Here it is from the end zone angle. Edwards and the Bills include Bolton in the protection, and as the ball is snapped, you see Edwards attach to Bolton to block him if Allen decided to take off. Post-snap, Allen peeks at the post safety and knows he has his weapon one-on-one outside with anyone else other than Trent McDuffie. Allen is afforded fantastic protection on this play. All the offensive linemen do a great job of withstanding the speed to power moves of the Chiefs. Allen throws a nice flat pass down the field out ahead of Cooper, and Cooper reels the pass in with his injured hand to register the first big play of the game. Later in the drive on 3rd and 8, the Bills get Curtis Samuel involved as the Chiefs bring pressure and play man coverage. Prior to the snap, Shakir motions, and the corner follows him. Due to the alignment of Justin Reed and Shamari Connor, the Bills appear to have leverage outside. And this is nothing new. The Chiefs will routinely surrender routes to the flats because they like to play off coverage so often. On the snap, Justin Reed calls a push, so he pushes the route by Samuel, who is the number 3 receiver, out to Connor. And teams do this so that Reed in this position doesn't get out leveraged to the flats. But because Connor had to carry Knox vertically just a bit, the route by Samuel gave the speedster some space to work with, and he's able to make Connor miss to pick up the 1st down. These are the sort of situations Samuel was signed for. When the Bills see man coverage, Brady and Allen have to find ways to get the ball in his hands. And in order to do that, the Bills' offensive line had to stymie this pressure from Steve Spagnuolo. But watch O'Cyrus Torrence stonewall Chris Jones on this power rush so that Josh can get the ball out to his playmaker to pick up the 1st down. And on the very next play, James Cook is able to score to put the Bills up 6-0. Halfway through the 1st quarter, Allen was able to work through the cloudy coverage by the Chiefs to find Shakir for a 15-yard gain. Initially, the Chiefs show pressure with everyone up near the line of scrimmage. Allen used a dummy cadence to help uncover what the Chiefs may do post-snap, which included linebacker Drew Tranquill dropping deep into coverage. As the ball is snapped, the Chiefs drop out into zone coverage. Allen eliminated the single high coverage beater with Knox and Cooper, and then looked to work the high to low to the wide side of the field. Once he hit the top of his drop, I think he realized that safety Justin Reed was playing high to low and going to take away Shakir behind him. You see O'Cyrus Torrence widen the passing lane for Allen on Chris Jones, so Allen climbed the pocket but kept his eyes downfield. That caused Reed to stall for half a click, allowing Shakir to continue his route behind him. The rapport between Allen and Shakir was strong on this play, and it paid off in a first down for the Bills offense. Coming into the Week 11 matchup, the Chiefs defense surrendered only 18 passes over 20 yards, the fewest in the NFL. The Bills were able to add to that statistic with this explosive play off of play action to Dawson Knox. It's a sail concept that the Bills utilized a ton under Brady last year, typically from a shotgun look. But Brady dressed this play up very nicely. Brady sent out 11 personnel with the extra offensive lineman Alec Anderson. This put the Chiefs in base defense with 3 linebackers on the field, including linebacker Leo Chenal. On the snap, Allen ran the play fake to Johnson. Wide receiver Mac Hollins lifted the coverage with Knox running the corner route into the boundary and Shakir running a slide route across the formation to become the checkdown. Linebacker Bolton appeared to pass the route by Knox to Chenal, but Knox had already vertically out-leveraged the linebacker. The extra offensive lineman and play fake afforded Allen fantastic protection so that he could scan half the field to finally find Knox for a 24-yard gain. These are the layers and presentations you need from the offensive coordinator in order to fool the Chiefs defensive coordinator Steve Spagnuolo, but also a veteran-savvy Chiefs defense as a whole. 2 plays later, Allen hit Cooper for 25 yards against a cover 0 blitz of the Chiefs, which probably would have never happened if it wasn't for Allen setting the protection to give Cooper enough time to execute the double move, but also for Allen to stand tall in the pocket to drop it in the bucket to Cooper. Let's take a look. The Bills run a concept that looks very similar to their double China 7 base concept, where Shakir and Cooper would be both running under routes, but Cooper is actually running a double move. But in order to get him the ball, Allen has to get this pressure blocked up. Sensing the pressure, Allen appeared to slide the protection to Tranquil to the offense's left, so the line had a 4-man slide towards Tranquil to handle the 4 defenders on the line of scrimmage, with right tackle Ryan Vandermark locked on the defensive end. Ray Davis is responsible for the most dangerous threat, who he perceived to be McDuffie, who had rushed Allen earlier in the game. On the snap, Torrance chopped down the hands of the defensive tackle to gain the upper hand, but it also bought him time to get a piece of Bolton, who was making a beeline for Allen. Allen stood tall in the pocket and in the face of the rush while calculating where the ball needed to go. Cooper did a great job of giving Allen plenty of space outside so that he could either throw it vertically or horizontally. Allen feathered the pass outside, making Cooper's job very difficult. Cooper had to track this pass up and over his left shoulder to his right shoulder while fading to the sideline and having to judge the speed of the pass as it is up in the air in the lights of Highmark Stadium. Cooper made an all-hands catch while showing the body control to get 2 feet in to set the Bills up in the low red zone. Just great work by Allen, his blockers, and the talented wide receiver Amari Cooper. The Bills are able to go up 13-7 on the very next play with this 6-yard physical downhill run by James Cook. The Chiefs answer back and they take the lead 14-13 with the Bills taking possession of the ball at the 2:44 mark of the second quarter. And on the 3rd play of the drive, Allen hit Curtis Samuel for a 21-yard gain. This is a simple high-low smash concept into the short side of the field. But Allen's read is one of the best corners in the league in Trent McDuffie. Knox is running the out route with Samuel running the corner route. Allen has to anticipate if McDuffie is going to squat on the out route by Knox, because that could easily be a pitch and catch for the offense, which would allow the Bills to stop the clock. But this is Josh Allen we're talking about here. He is fearless, and he wants a chunk play. And he wins with a throw that won't get the love it should. As he slides to his left, a Chiefs defender is just waiting to bat the pass down. And this throw, given the space to the boundary, likely needs some sauce on it to beat the corner and the deep half safety. Allen somehow pulled the string to get it up and over the Chiefs defender at the line of scrimmage, but also the dropping linebacker underneath. But with enough velocity and placement to beat McDuffie and safety Reed for another explosive play for the Bills offense. That was a play that swung field position in favor of the Bills and allowed them to go on to steal points prior to half. They completed the 12-play, 62-yard drive with 3 points thanks to Tyler Bass to put them up 16-14 at halftime. I thought Joe Brady did a great job of using shifts and motion to uncover pressures and coverages, but also to find easy button plays for Allen. One tendency I noticed on film was how opposing offenses easily attacked the Chiefs' defense with simple out routes. 47.5% of the routes by tight ends versus Kansas City are out routes, which have yielded 227 yards on 28 receptions. Brady went to these plays on crucial downs, like this 7-yard completion to Knox on 3rd and 3, in the exact situation I had expected. On the snap, the vertical release by Hollins and stacked release by Knox give the Chiefs issues. The defender over Hollins has heavy inside leverage, and the corner is helping leverage the route deep and outside. But that technique gives the secondary threat space, and Knox is easily able to convert for the first down. The Bills dominated the time of possession game, basically stealing the Chiefs' offensive recipe. They racked up over 34 minutes of time of possession against the Chiefs in Week 11. And when you play a quarterback like Patrick Mahomes, this has to be part of the plan. The Bills triumphed in that department, including their final 2 drives to end the game, starting with this 10-play, 61-yard touchdown drive. On that drive, Allen found Shakir a couple times towards the end of the 3rd quarter, including this 22-yard scamper. The Bills were hoping to get more of a single high coverage look so that they could leak out Ty Johnson vertically down the field. But the defense capped the Bills' passing concept. So Allen took the profit off of play action by simply checking it down to Shakir. And Shakir showed why he is one of the most dangerous receivers with the ball in his hands. The first move on the Chiefs defender is filthy. But the reason he is 4th in yards after catch per reception right now is due to the slight hezzy he gives the second Chiefs defender to cause Johnson to stop his feet, which allows Shakir to shift into another gear to rack up even more yards. Shakir finished with 12 targets, including 8 receptions for 70 yards and 53 yards after the catch, and this was not the last time you're going to see him in these final 2 drives. In the first half, it felt like as soon as the Bills crossed the Chiefs' 30-yard line, they were going to run their pressure packages and man coverage. But Allen had gotten the best of them, so it seemed like they decided to back off a bit in the second half. And I thought Allen and the offense handled it very well. Brady had some good crossing patterns dialed up to stretch the second level of the Chiefs' defense horizontally. We see that on the first play of the 4th quarter. Brady dialed up a shallow drag concept that attacked Nick Bolton in coverage. Linebacker Drew Tranquill and Bolton are pattern matching Samuel and Knox. But because of Samuel's speed, by the time Tranquill passes him to Bolton, Samuel has horizontal leverage on Bolton, and he is able to pick up 9 yards. Very nice play concept, and I love how smoothly Allen goes through his progressions and makes the quick decision. 3 plays later, with the ball spotted at the 12, Spags heats up Allen with a cover 0 blitz. This is a common theme against Allen. Since entering the league, Allen has thrown 46 touchdowns against cover 0. 41 of those have come in the red zone. It's common to play man coverage, have a defender account for Allen, along with bringing pressure to force a quick decision or mistake by Allen. But Allen typically makes defenses pay, which he and Brady do here. Brady has mesh dialed up between Mac Hollins and Samuel. On the snap, Samuel hesitates, stabs outside, and then gets into his route. This creates doubt in the defender's mind and allows Samuel to create separation off the line. If you remember correctly, early on in the season, Samuel didn't do that, and it allowed Reed to stay in his pocket. Now back to the Chiefs game. Samuel is working underneath Hollins, and as he does, Johnson decides to work over the top of Hollins. This creates natural separation, even before any contact is made. Hollins does sell running the route well, by not slowing down or making it look like a pick. Allen buys a little time and finds Samuel on the crossing route. Samuel gains his footing and trots into the end zone to put the Bills up 23-14, following the extra point by Bass. But the Chiefs wouldn't go away. They put up another touchdown to bring the score 23-21 Buffalo, with the Bills taking possession of the ball at the 7:53 mark of the 4th quarter. This was a game-clinching 70-yard drive that ate up 5 minutes and 36 seconds. Early in that drive, Allen showed off how methodical he could be. With the Chiefs showing a too high safety look, Allen found his too high safety beater concept I discussed earlier. And I just love how Hollins settles in the zone in front of the outside corner but behind the slot defender, who is responsible for buzzing out to the numbers. Hollins has an easy catch and racks up 15 yards on the play. Buffalo was 9 for 15 on 3rd downs on Sunday, which means they completed 60% of their 3rd downs, and several of those were 3rd and longs, including this 3rd and 9 just over midfield with 4:34 left in the game. And on this play, the Chiefs once again seemed to call a cover 0 blitz. And to be honest, it looks like they have several defenders as possible spies on this play. The Bills are once again running 2 in-breaking routes over the middle, which is the part of the field that is the weakness of cover 0. But with the Chiefs sending the house and having multiple defenders with eyes on Allen, it makes this throw incredibly difficult. Shakir does uncover thanks to the motion and switch by the Chiefs, but Allen still had to make this throw up, over, and through several Chiefs defenders to even have a shot. And speaking of shots, look at the hit Shakir took on the back end. This play, given the situation, is one of the coldest throws and mentally tough plays by Allen, and incredible toughness shown by Shakir to hold on to it for the first down. The Bills burn a little time off the clock but face a 4th and 2 situation with 2:27 left in the game, and it's on this play that Josh scampers for 26 yards for the touchdown to insert his name back into the MVP conversation. And it wasn't an easy play for the QB to diagnose, because Spags attempted to confuse Allen as Joe Brady dialed up a man-beater concept. So let's listen in to what Allen had to say after the game.
Yeah, 4th and 2. Appreciate Coach for trusting us. Really had a play for man. You know, they held a pretty good man look. They dropped out into zone. It's just like a mesh play. Yeah, they went zone. So again, just trying to create and keep the play alive. There was a crease and just trusted the feet.
The play is a variation of their mesh play known as slither, which we saw versus cover 0 against the Dolphins, where they snuck Cook out for the touchdown. But this time, it's schemed up for Shakir. Unfortunately, the Chiefs play zone and do a great job of passing off the crossing routes. But because of the success the Bills had on those crossing routes earlier in the game to Samuel, you can see how aggressive the second level defenders are. So as they flew across the field horizontally, a crease opened up for Allen. But also, kudos to the Bills' offensive line, specifically O'Cyrus Torrence, who once again was matched up against Chris Jones. He is in the middle of his anchor recovery, and once he feels Jones change to more of an inside line, he gets his hands inside and bench presses Jones. This widens the lane for Allen, and Allen hits the hole and breaks several tackles en route to the game-clinching touchdown, a play that will assuredly place him back in the MVP conversation, as the Bills go to 9-2, heading into their bye week. If you like that breakdown, please smash that like button, leave me a comment in the comment section, or at the very least, subscribe to the Cover One YouTube channel. I am Eric Turner, host of the Film Room, owner of Cover One. Until our next breakdown, go Bills.